Is Africa on the verge of a revolution? A young leader is rising, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. His name sparks conversations, his vision inspires millions, and his courage ignites a movement that could reshape an entire continent. This isn't just politics, it's a fight for dignity, unity, and freedom. But can he succeed where others fell? What would it mean for Africa's future? Today, we dive into the story of a leader who might change everything and why the world is watching closely. In Ghana, the youth have made their stance crystal clear. Their loyalty to Captain Ibrahim Traoré is unwavering, fierce, and non-negotiable. Their message echoes through villages, cities, and social media alike. History will not repeat itself. They refuse to stand by and watch another Sankara, Gaddafi, or Lumumba be taken down by forces of division, betrayal, or silence. Across Africa, young people have found their voice, and they're not whispering, they're shouting. And at the center of this historic surge stands Captain Traoré, a living symbol of dignity, resistance, and hope. For decades, Africa's dreams have been chained by external forces and internal betrayal, but today's youth, they refuse to inherit fear. Across the continent and across oceans, from Lagos to London, Nairobi to New York, young Africans are uniting, and their rallying point is clear. Captain Ibrahim Traoré embodies the Africa they are ready to fight for. While streets fill with chants and hopes, institutions like the African Union remain disturbingly silent. No words of support, no action, just a chilling void where leadership should be. But in that silence, a new roar has risen. Africa's youth have realized a hard truth. No one will hand them the future. They must seize it, and they are. Captain Traoré lit a match, and now the fire is beyond control. In Burkina Faso, students, farmers, teachers, and workers are not organizing for personal wealth or political gain. They are rallying around an idea bigger than themselves, a free, proud, united Africa. And it doesn't end at the continent's edge. In Paris, New York, London, Johannesburg, diaspora Africans are awakening too. Protesters flood streets, flags wave, fists rise. Not for charity, not for pity, but for pride and sovereignty. This is no longer a scattered protest. This is a global uprising, a movement Africa has never seen before. For the first time in generations, the dream of a United States of Africa feels within reach, not as a politician's fantasy, but as a people's movement. Across cities and nations, a question pulses. Could Traoré be the leader to unify Africa? From the beaches of Lagos to the bustling streets of Accra, from Nairobi's markets to Atlanta's rallies, Africans and their allies are daring to dream. They see in Captain Traoré a reflection of their deepest hopes, courage, clarity, and a commitment to true freedom. Africa's greatest treasure isn't oil, diamonds, or gold. It's its youth. Over 60% of the continent is under 25. Imagine the energy, the brilliance, the ambition, and now imagine it unleashed, united, and unstoppable. Today's youth are not asking politely for inclusion anymore. They're building a new table with their own hands under their own flag. But this movement isn't about worshiping one leader. It's about crystallizing a vision, a sovereign, self-reliant Africa. Protecting Captain Ibrahim matters, but it's only step one. The true mission, achieving a full African unity, political, economic, and cultural. More and more now believe. Why wait until 2063? Why delay what the heart already knows is necessary? Africa's current leadership, often trapped in outdated systems of division, fear bold change. But the people? They are tired of pipelines built to Europe, of deals signed in secret, of futures mortgaged for scraps. Recent moves by Tanzania, Malawi, and South Africa to break old agricultural ties prove one thing: change is not just a dream, it's happening. And now, it needs leaders bold enough to accelerate it. Captain Traore's philosophy is radical in its simplicity. Africa must invest in Africans. No more exporting resources while importing poverty. No more training youth to serve foreign economies. Instead, equip African farmers with machines. Train engineers, not just laborers. Send students abroad, but not to serve outsiders. Let them come home and rebuild Africa for Africa. The dream is bigger than ever. Senegalese doctors saving lives in South Africa. Congolese engineers designing African-made cars and smartphones in Kinshasa. Seamless trade flowing from Accra to Kigali, powered by African innovation, not foreign aid. This isn't idealism, it's already starting, and Captain Traore's leadership proves it can be reality. But history offers a harsh warning. Africa's greatest danger has never just been outside forces, it's betrayal from within. Division, jealousy, political ego. These are the real enemies of unity. Africa's youth must be wiser than their predecessors. They must remember, this fight isn't for today's comfort, it's for tomorrow's freedom. They must plant seeds whose shade they may never sit under, and know it's worth it. Democracy must not be a weapon used to divide, it must be reborn as a tool for unity, innovation, and self-determination. Endless meetings without action must end. Now is the time for one currency, one army, one Africa. Not speeches, but blueprints. Not dreams, but deadlines. Africa's rebirth must also heal centuries of division, internal and external. Across the continent and across the diaspora, Black people must refuse to be pawns in the games of aging generals or global superpowers. Sudan's tragedy must be Africa's last civil war, not another chapter. Black means love. Africa means hope. Even when the world collapses, it looks to Africa for rebirth. It always has, and it always will. Africa must remember, it is not a victim. It is the cradle of civilization, the heart of humanity. Captain Traore is no longer just Burkina Faso's leader. He has become Africa's spirit made flesh. In many hearts, he is already a president without borders. His spirit crosses deserts, rivers, mountains, and no map can contain him. Africa's youth don't need validation. They need the ministry of change. They don't need permission to rise. They already have everything they need. History shows it's always the young who forge empires and rewrite destiny. Now, it's Africa's turn. The drums are beating louder than ever. Captain Ibrahim's rise is more than a political shift. It's the awakening of a sleeping giant. The real question isn't whether change is coming. It's whether Africa's youth will seize it with both hands and refuse to ever let it go again. The future of Africa is not in treaties or summits. It's in the heart of its people. And the world better be ready because Africa is waking up stronger than ever.